Mate, you're blocking the shot here, dude. Come on, thank you. Trying to do an intro here. Welcome back to Create Above and Beyond, everybody. Today is the day that we make the most complicated machine so far in the series. But before that, I'm gonna do something I should have done a while ago, which is I'm gonna apply mending to my diamond gear. I was waiting to do like Prop 4 on them at some point, but at this point I've walked into TNT so many times that I'm just, it's time. Anyway, let me grab the anvil, made a bonus one in here. Just traded for a couple mending books. Also got an efficiency 5 book that I'm just gonna pop onto this thing here. So let's see. Hey, at least you know what? We have Prot 3 on these, so that'll be good. And then these, I just don't wanna use what little diamonds that I have. And we're not doing too much PvE here, so I don't think we're gonna run into any problems really, with like needing Prot 4 on the boots, but you can always get another mending book later if we need to. And then, hey, why don't we just get a few more emeralds here, just, while we're in the house with my man over here, and then, we can just repair our boots a little bit in doing so. It's the beauty of trading. Thanks for the low prices, by the way, dude. Much appreciated. Oh, that's it for now. All right, I won't spend too much time, but hey, we're back up to halfway. That's good. Because, on top of the TNT, now today, we're gonna probably be walking into laser beams and stuff. In order to get to the point where we're walking into laser beams and stuff, though, we gotta get some snow. So let's go out to our taiga biome here. It's only 1,900 blocks away. It's not too bad, or 1,400 blocks away or something like that. Oh, only 1,400 blocks. It was in the direction. The village was on the way. Should be coming into view momentarily. There we go. All right, we got some snow. There's the ice. I applied efficiency 5 to our silk touch because I was like, why break ice slowly when we can break ice fast? Wrong pickaxe. Why break ice slowly when we can break ice fast? That's more like it. I was like having flashbacks to Dawncraft, Captain Sparkle's 2 series, but there's tools in there that can basically they teleport blocks into your inventory when you break a block, and I was like, wait a minute, is that what's that? No, wrong series. Are we good? We just need 81 in order to make our 1 blue ice. Actually, no, we need a little bit more than that because we need the 1 blue ice so that we can generate basalt, but then we also need a little bit more ice in order to be able to make the blast chiller. Okay, so that's just 18 ice. We should be good to go. Imagine how long that would have taken if I didn't put efficiency 5 onto my silk touch pickaxe. All right, everybody, welcome back home. Make sure to like the video in advance of the most complicated machine that we have done so far in the series. Also, since we last left off, I haven't actually done another overnight AFK, so we haven't just balled out completely on silver, but it should be fine. I have made some more of the abstruse mechanisms for the Enderium machines. We shouldn't need too many. We're gonna do some resonant upgrades for some of the machines that we're making today, but we should have enough, I believe. I also went and collected a lot more nickel in between episodes, and we need some Constantine, so that required nickel and copper, so we've got a good amount of nickel here. I just thought we'd go through some of our raw copper. Our copper is in good shape, so I actually want to just start off by getting some of the Constantine, which we're going to need for the energetic infuser, which is going to come into play in just a little bit here. Now, full disclosure, for what we're gonna do today, I had to do a little bit of pre-planning in another world because it took me like 2 hours to figure out what the frick everything does and how it works and all that stuff. So, yeah. But anyway, here we go, 52 more abstruse mechanisms. I don't think we need like too much Constantine, so I'll just do we'll just do like 8 or so because we want the rest of the nickel for other things and making more of the Invar. So, all right, let's get our ice up to a piece of blue ice, which is gonna be the first step for getting the igneous extruder going with basalt. So there we go, piece of blue ice, and then we're gonna need lava, and we're gonna need some soul soil. So as you can see, since we last left off, I added a few more factory blocks, beautified things a little bit down here, and I also solved our creosote problem, which it wasn't too difficult. I also took the thumbnail for the last episode after I had done this, so I don't know if anybody caught the thumbnail the last episode, like something looks different here than what we actually see in the video. Hopefully no one actually caught that. But what I decided to do with it is I'm basically just pumping out the creosote, and then it goes to the fluid tank first, and then because the nullifier is after the fluid tank, it'll just start nullifying everything once the fluid tank is completely filled. So just got a little buffer if we want to use it for power generation or anything like that. But as you can see, not filling up the system, no problems there. So problem solved. I pre-made the igneous extruder. I also pre-made just a lot of the things that we're gonna need because it's a lot of stuff today that we're gonna put to use. But on top of resonant upgrades, one of which will go into here, I need the Enderium machines so that I can make these fast transport upgrades for the brass item pipes. So let me actually just max out the amount of Enderium machines that we have, so I kind of know what we're working with at the moment. Hopefully that should be good. And now, okay, so that's 10, good. So what I wanna do is I wanna take one of these, and I think it's Stonecutter, in order to get the super duper baseline pipe module things. And if we take this, so high extraction module makes these send items really, really quickly. We're gonna want that because we want items to move very, very fast. So I'm gonna get, I think it's gonna be probably 2 of these for now, and then I'm gonna save these in case I need any other things. On top of this, I'm going to need a data module, which is going to allow me to, and this is andesite machine. So this is basically gonna allow me to take something that needs to be charged inside of the energetic infuser, and then I only eject it once it's fully charged, and that's what this data module does. There we go. Okay, data filter module, that's the correct one. All right, this is all pre-planning, and you're probably like, what the frick is he even talking about? It will come into play. I'm also gonna need a few of these filter modules to route items in the proper direction, because everything today basically is gonna be accomplished with these pipes. We're moving into using the pretty pipes. Otherwise, it'd be kind of a nightmare, I think, to try to use like hoppers and belts and stuff for all this. It'd probably look cool in the end. But okay, so does this let me do the low filter? No, I think I need to do the brass in order to get the low filters. So we need 3 of these, I think. And of course they work weirdly and they don't like to stack. And anyway, it's fun. Our Constantan is ready to go, so we can make the energetic infuser here, which again, I'm just kind of like putting together the pieces that we're gonna need here that will come into play in ways that you will see. We also need minecart loaders and unloaders, and we're gonna need 2 minecart loaders and 1 minecart unloader. So minecart loader 2, I wanna make sure that I do the right ones twice because planks. I wish the JEI would work for chests, but there's millions of different kinds of chests, and it just makes me trip all over myself. Yes, 1 minecart loader is going to be for the magnet. The other is going to be for the basalt. You're like, what the frick is he talking about? Well, just don't worry about it. Here, I should give you a little refresher, and then we're going to need 1 unloader for everything once it's done. Cool. There's probably more efficient ways to do what I'm going to be doing here, but okay, so the idea is, just as a reminder, we're doing the hot laser basals. So we need a fluxo magnet and we need basalt inside of this minecart. I do have a hopper minecart. I'll grab that later. I also need this fluxo magnet thing. So here we go. And this thing gets charged inside of the energetic infuser. There are so many working components here. Oh my God. Let's start off by just laying out kind of the footprint of this thing. Here's where it's going to get controversial. People are going to be like, this is not the most compact you could have made it. I know you have an infinite size Minecraft world, but it's very important that you are space efficient. Okay, anyway. So what we're going to do is it's going to be kind of like this. And I think we can fit it into this sort of size here, like 5 long and 3 wide. Again, could probably be smaller, but whatever. And then I'm gonna like load in. So the minecart, one of the minecart loaders, which is in my inventory, is gonna go here, okay? And then another minecart loader is gonna go here, right? This is like, it's arbitrary. It doesn't necessarily need to be in these locations. It just kind of, I found, like, I think it works this way. Unloader is gonna be here. Okay, cool. Now, we get some rails, right? We have different kinds of rails, actually. So there's detector rail, we need one of those. And then there's this cool create rail. It's like a booster rail, but it's directional. This is where I need the electron tubes that I grabbed from last time. I didn't need that many, I only needed 1, but just in case. So here, we're gonna do a rail like that. There's gonna be one there, there's gonna be one there, and we do them basically on top of like all of these things and stuff. And then we also wanna do, I think like one right here. This is in order to modulate speed. Okay, all right, and this one is to, or did I do, oh God, one, yeah, no, this is good, I think. And then detector there, okay? And that detector is gonna be what fires the laser beam at the cart. All right, and then we just connect everything with rails, like so. Pretty cool. You're like, okay, how the frick is all this gonna work? It's gonna come together, I swear. But now what we need to do, we're gonna have to dig out. I should have just probably just lifted this whole area up a bit, but I'm gonna have to dig out like a basement under here in order to do a lot of like wiring and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll just, and then a little staircase out on either side. And definitely I'm not gonna have to tear up the flooring. I've never have to tear up the flooring that I've put down in between episodes, surely not. Okay, first things first, basalt generation. So we wanna have, it's gonna be soul soil on the bottom, and then let's just seal this up with factory blocks or something like that, I suppose. We're gonna have a pipe coming out of there. And then igneous extruder goes in the center, right? And then we're gonna have lava on one side, and we're gonna have blue ice on the other side. There we go, brilliant. Cranks out basalt. If I wanna really up the pace, I can add in one of the resonant upgrades, which I'm probably gonna do because we want this, every time the hopper minecart goes around, in order for it to activate, it needs to be filled with 4 stacks of basalt. So that, as you can see, could take a while if it's not generating quickly. Now, of course, what I can do is I'm gonna, because this is generating before I've gotten things set up, I'm gonna like do a buffer system here. And this buffer, there's a reason for it because it's also going to get fed in from another, well, wrong drawer. That's, we won't worry about that. I also still have 1,000 of the refined radiance just like sitting in this system. But anyway, so this is gonna be a basalt buffer. It's also gonna be a loop in case we get a failure run. So we'll have basalt potentially looping around if it goes into the unloader when it shouldn't, and feeding back into the system if there's ever unsuccessful basaltage or laser basals-age. Get the, you know, the idea. Okay, so here's where we need the extraction thing donger. So we put the extraction thing here, and now it starts sending basalt into here. Beautiful. We're gonna want an upgrade for sure. Possibly even, well, no, probably won't have to be voiding eventually, but there we go. Big old stack upgrade there. And then beyond that, we're gonna connect this into here. I'm not gonna have it start putting things in yet, but we will wanna do another extraction module once we're good to go. So this is going to be the loader that inserts the basalt into the hopper minecart. The way this works, like when you have the hopper minecart on top, this just feeds items into it, and then you can tell it with these options what it should do once something has happened. So I want it to output a redstone signal once the minecart is full, right? And then it's gonna send it on its way. So this should be solid. In the meantime, do I wanna just do a resonant right now? Maybe, I don't think I have one sitting in here. I'm gonna need a lot of resonance probably, dude. Like it's gonna take a lot of power, and then I'm just gonna make 3 resonance because I might need to make the magmatic generators generate more power, and then also just a whole thing. Why am I doing that? It's redstone here. I'm running low on redstone, but you know, I can always buy some more, which is pretty cool. All right, triple resonance. Let's just get this thing cranking out a buffer of basalts here. Boom. Yeah, 4 at a time. See, speeds it up a good bit. Okay. That is step 1. Now, what we also want to do is use this there's this fancy create lever. And this fancy create lever can be used to input a signal strength, right? Like you can just boop, 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 click it a bunch. And then what it's gonna do is like the higher the signal strength, the controller rail goes pew pew faster and lets the minecart, if I shift, I can undo it. So we want it to be pretty slow, and I might have to fine tune this, but the idea is this is gonna launch off full speed. Then we want it to slow down so that the laser has time to react and fire and hit the cart. Okay, so here's where things get a little bit trickier. So the unloader is hopefully most times only gonna be unloading 2 things, the magnet and the basals for delicious pizza, but sometimes in the event of a fail, it might be unloading basalt. So we need to have basically 3 different destinations here, right? So we're gonna have these, and on one destination, we're gonna output into a drawer that's gonna have, this is gonna be the basals drawer over here. And I'm wondering if I should do this differently, because what's the next step in the process? So the basals mill, so you get that, okay, you either crush, or we can compact, we can pulverize it, which is actually pretty sick that we can just compact this so much. Or I could make crushing wheels, because crushing wheels are pretty cool, but I kind of want to use the pulverizer because I think that'll be a way to, I don't know, take advantage of the new technology that we have. But that does mean if we want to hopper it in, I'm going to want this to input from the side. You know what I can do though? I can just make it so that this actually comes out of the side here, right? And so then we'll just need to move it a bit. Okay, so we'll do that. Then I can hopper underneath and have that input into the pulverizer. That'll be good. So what we need to do now is we need to use one of our filters. This is why I made 3 of them. Apparently I have data in one that I'll just have to overwrite, no big deal. So filter, you click everything like directly into the pipe and then you can click on the pipe and set the settings. So get rid of that. So I can't actually set this until we have basils, unless, does this allow me to drag from, be nice if you would let me do that, like applied energistics, but now we're gonna bring this side. It doesn't have to be a different side. I just figured rather than routing the pipe from here, I'll just do it from the bottom into the drawer for basalt. Let me just rearrange that really quickly. Just I like being able to see the logo whenever possible, or the type of block, rather than it being obstructed by a pipe. So we're gonna do that. And then what we do is we're gonna filter this one, pull out both the filters here. We're gonna filter this one here, and that is going to be basalt. Please let me click on you. There we go, thank you. So we're gonna allow basalt. So that should send basalt into there. Oh, the only downside is this forced me to use 2 extraction modules. Now, I guess I'm just gonna route it out of here. Lame, we're just gonna do it that way. It's less effective, but we do need to have our high extraction module in here. And then one more thing is the magnet. So that is going to route over to the energetic infuser, which I suppose we could just put in the ground here, and then we have to have power running into it. Actually, no, I want to make the distance as short as possible with the number of pipes used, especially for the magnet, because there's travel time involved. So we'll put the energetic infuser there, and then the energetic infuser will feed back into the loader. And you might be wondering, why does he have to have this cycle? So the magnet needs to be charged in order for this to occur, and every time that the reaction occurs with the laser, it drains the magnet. So that's why we have to loop it every time. So now we filter here, right? And then we say allow fluxo magnet, and this should work. So then on the other side though, we're gonna do, and we might wanna do a high extraction module. I don't actually know if the extraction modules, like the low versus high, change the speed or just like the number of items being carried in a stack that's being transmitted. I'll do the low for now. But then on top of that, here is where, get that out of there. Here is where our data filter module is gonna come into play, because we only want this to eject the magnet when it's full up. So I should, with this modifier in here, be able to put the fully charged magnet, and it will only eject once it's fully charged, I think, unless I've missed anything. So this only allows we don't have it yet. This over here only allows the basalt, and this over here only allows for magnet. It's only going to eject it once it's fully charged. So that's the basic pipe system set up. We need to make the laser now. Oh, but also we do need to set the other minecart loader and unloader settings. So this one, we want it to output to redstone activation, and we want it to output when the cart is empty, right? So it fully drains everything, and then it ignites the rail and sends it to the next stage, and empty minecart slots entirely. Okay, cool, great. And then over here, I believe this one is just activate during loading inactivity, because it'll have the magnet in it, and then it'll just send it on its way, basically. This only inserts the magnet, and the reason why we do that first is so that it only, like, otherwise it would fill up the cart with basalt. So we do this while the cart's empty, one slot for the magnet, and then the rest fill up with basalt, and then it goes around. Okay, I promise it'll make sense once we actually get things going. Just a refresher on the laser beam, right? You get a deployer punching the invar machine with the standard laser lights that we have just, sitting around the factory, and then it fires the laser beam. So in order to just give it the best shot at hitting the minecart, what we're gonna do here is we are going to orientate it horizontally, so that I'm gonna have the laser right here, and it's gonna point down the track, kind of the way that, we do the washing, with the wash fan pointed down the conveyor belt to give it like more surface area on things. So let's get a laser light here, and then we need our invar machine, and we'll put it down like this. Right, like that, and then cool. And that's gonna go zappy zappy when activated by the detector rail. So we are going to need to bring some rotation over here, obviously. Let me get a deployer. Yeah, I mean, the setup on these is actually really easy. It's just a matter of, you know, bringing the rotation over, but then wrench it, turn it into punchy. There we go. And then, yeah, where should I bring the rotation over from? That's a question. Should I do it from here, or should I bring it underground? Maybe I'll just bring it underground. I am going to need more of the power cables, so I'm just going to get a bunch more Invar kind of cranking out here. It's going to take a while for all 32 to get processed, but in the meantime, hopefully I can still make a few more. Fingers crossed. 8, 20 fins. Just do that. Okay. That should be enough to reach across. Yeah, so just a little tunnel underneath here that's gonna take both the power and the rotation over to our setup. So we bring the rotation up to here, right? And then another vertical gearbox over in this direction, but between the deployer and the rotation, we want to add a clutch because we don't want the laser firing all the time. It would be incredibly obnoxious. Let me just get a lever here for the time being, but we're gonna set up just an inverter out of this, which is potentially gonna run right into the, I'll figure this out. Oh, yeah, wait. We don't want it turning on the light and that at the same time. I actually don't know if the laser light has to be on or not. What was it? Oh, I think you need that to be, yeah, there we go. Okay, as you can see, the laser is now firing. If I step in here, it will hurt. You want me to demonstrate, don't you? Wait, ow. So anyway, it's loud, it's a little annoying. So again, you can see now why I don't really want to have this going all the time. So hold on, I'm gonna need, let's just put this lever here. But actually, no, I suppose I can just, I'll worry about that later. Letting machine punch me in the face right now. Crazy thought actually, which is, what if this is an opportunity to utilize this red alloy wire stuff? Because this can go up walls. I was about to route the redstone all the way around the back, but hey, who needs that, right? And then what's gonna happen is when the minecart goes over this, it's gonna deactivate and then it will allow the punchy punch to happen, right? So now I can actually put the lever on top of here, have it on, ready to go. And then once the minecart goes over, we actually get laser beamage. Of course, we also need to connect the power to our energetic infuser. You getting power now? Let's go, we're getting power. And then, so we might wanna, I don't know if we need the resonant, it's just, it'll make it charge faster, right? But I guess no, because we just need this thing, right? The high flux, it doubles the RF capacity and 6x's the transfer. So, and these are really cheap actually. So I should be able to make one high flux RF coil and pop that on in there. It doesn't require any fancy stuff, doubles that, and yeah, increases the transfer rate. So now that we have the charged magnet, I can go into here and I can tell it only eject once it's got like the full charge bar. And I think that should make it, right? So I pop that in there, it gets ejected, and it goes into the minecart loader. Okay, I think we're pretty much like there. I think I'm gonna need another high extraction module for the basalt up to 89 stacks, which is nice. So it's okay. We have more of the pipe modules. I don't need to sacrifice another Enderium thing. It's just I have to go get more poison. I know someone made a comment that there's some kind of like thing I can do to the phytogenic to make it automatically loop without having to do, you know, conveyor belt. How am I putting that in there? Conveyor belts and stuff like that. So I might look into that as a way to do things. But anyway, okay, so this is gonna be high extraction. And now, here we go. It's like stack upgradage, bro. Let's go. Okay. Something is gonna go wrong, I can almost guarantee it, but let's find out. So, as a starting point, right, and put it right there, and now give a little nudgy poo. Did it? There's no shot that this just freaking worked. There's no shot that just freaking, oh, there goes some basalt. Okay, something is wrong over here. So it wasn't pulling, so activate only during loading inactivity. There's something, a setting I need to change here. Oh wait, and then I need to put this into, that was the important part. I need to put the thing into the filter, otherwise this thing is gonna fill up and allow, boom. Start ejecting, let's go. go into the drawer. Bro, did I just ace this thing? I just aced this thing. I mean, the laser's going off like an unnecessary amount of times, yes. Bro, we killed it on the first go. Well, I mean, I did pre-plan this a little bit, but like, ow. Okay, so now we have the TNT and the freaking laser zappies over here. It's just, this is an unsafe factory. This is not very OSHA compliant, but look at this. Then it waits for the magnet. Magnet gets full charge. It does a little, when you see the blue thing and you see that you hear that chwing sound, that means it was a successful conversion. It's gonna slow down once we run through all of our buffer here of the basalt. If we wanted to speed it up even more, you know, we could add more igneous extruders, but every cycle here, it's doing it right. It's doing it good. And even if it doesn't, it loops the basalt right back to the drawer, recycles it, so it's not really that big of a deal. We are up to 18 stacks of basil. Our pizzas are gonna taste so freaking good. I said this was gonna be the most complicated machine. I also got a rotation speed controller in case I wanted to do that, but I like it firing off multiple times just to ensure it does actually get hit. But anyway, that just went so much simpler than I thought it was going to. Whew. Oh my God, bro, let's go, let's go. Now, all we gotta do, right? We start hoppering out into the pulverizer, right? Let's get a pulverizer going. We can complete the full thing. We can complete the full mission. Copper gears, couple of copper gears for the pulverizer. We already got flux ducts over here, bro, let's go. And we hopper into this. Of course, it's gonna need a little bit of power, but you know, so pulverizer goes there, easy peasy, boom. This might be one that we want to do a resonant upgrade on potentially, otherwise it might not be quick enough to keep up. Let's see, we route the power over here, right? Get the power going underneath. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy, easy peasy. Oh, it actually goes pretty quick, to be fair. We're gonna need an output for both the basils and the slag, the byproduct here. Actually goes quick. I do want to check our power generation though, like, and make sure, because right now it's probably gonna, wait, what happened? Wait, where's my magnet? What happened to my magnet? Oh, did it go into the, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. Why are you putting things into there? I am instead just going to use the pipes. I wish that you could do it as like one, but you kind of have to do two, but there we go. Not as compact, and I'm gonna need more of the frickin' flux ducts. This is why I made a bunch of invar. There we go. Okay, so we can do that, and then low extraction module, and then make sure it's allowing the basils, and then perfect. There we go. This way we don't get cross-contamination with our... Why are you inputting into there? Bro, in all my testing with these pipes, when I want them to like put into a container or something like that, they just don't do it. And then we're a little... Oh God, we're a little full here. We're a little... Oh, it's because of the freaking... I didn't put an upgrade. Oh my God. It was so smooth, everybody. It was so smooth. There we go. I'm like, why are things messing up? There we go. Okay, crisis averted. Whew. My buffer is... It's not big enough. I can fix this. Buffer is, it's now gonna be big enough, right? Oh God. Things went way too smoothly with the setup of the laser, so that's why these problems need to be occurring now. Okay, so we've now finally gone through our buffer of the basalt, so now it has to wait to fill up each time. So now we're gonna see what the actual rates of progress is gonna be here when it's not just fed by, you know, permanent basalt, which I should lock all these drawers. I have that in my inventory already. I gotta be fast. Wait, got it. No, balls, frick. God dang it, dude. Unlock, frick. No, gotta time it right. God, no. Now you can see why I'm bad at MCC. Oh my God, it's like, no. Why am I so bad at this? Wait. I'm frustrated. I'm really frustrated here. Got it. This is what happens when you get older. Your reactions just, they aren't what they used to be. I always forget to lock drawers and then it creates future additional problems and stuff like that. That's full, so that's fine. And okay, so let's catch ourselves up here, right? We have basalt generating, great. We have a way to charge. I didn't even realize there's a description in this challenge. In order for the basils to form the fluxomagnet, it needs to be charged. We'll have to route the magnets from the card unloader through an energetic infuser before passing it back into the circuit. Okay, bada bing, bada boom, whatever. I already have one in my inventory. Okay, we have the basil shards. Grab one of those, check that off. We have the basil mill going, that's automated. So the next step after this is to put it into a mechanical press, and then that outputs the final step of this line. So I did see some comments in the last episode mentioning that I can actually have one of the thermal machines output directly into a drawer. The thing was, I just didn't put on the auto eject. So I'm gonna see if that works. Let's put that in there and lock it. And now if we auto output, no kidding. Does seem to work. Cool, that's it's good to know. That's good to know. And then on the other side here, let me disable that again because I want to put another drawer on top to hold the slag. Not there. Put it on top. Pretty please. So we got that there. And then if we put the slag in there and then lock it and then have also that be an output, then hopefully this will work. Fingers crossed. And this thing won't clog up. Okay, so the next step would be bring that into the mechanical press. So I just need to bring some power over here, which is just, it's just gonna end up obstructing the front of this, but oh well. It is what it is. We're not here for beauty. Well, maybe some of you are here for beauty. I have tried to, make the factory look kind of presentable by using the factory blocks over time. But anyway, there we go. And then there, and then there. And this probably doesn't need to be going this fast. That's probably unnecessarily fast, but let's just see where it lands for now. And I can always, retrofit a rotation speed controller or something like that. So let's see. We are at 1,000 stress units. Yeah, it's a bit unnecessary, but anyway, and then we can andesite funnel in order to pull out, and then that's gonna do the pressing, right? Heck yeah, let's go. And then finally, to get out of there, I guess we're just gonna end up descending, aren't we? We're gonna put a chute, and then we're gonna go into a drawer below it, and that will hold our final product here for this line. All right, here we go. Drawer, and then grab those. All right, earth charge, and lock it up, and perfect. Okay, well that does it, dude. And then we got this automated, easy, nice and compact. Could have brought this, directly next to the pyrolyzer, but oh well. Also over here, just for an update, we're at 51 stacks of the coke chunks, which is cool. And then over here, we're gonna be just, cranking out the basil shards. 79 stacks to go through here. Oh my God. And I don't think that we're gonna need to have a stack upgrade on this. It'll probably throw out and process faster, but we definitely are gonna want an upgrade here. Cool, I made these new filters for nothing because I was gonna have the pipes output here, but we didn't need to do that. All right, dude, that's cool. We nailed that. Then we're gonna end up having to combine in an induction smelter, but first we gotta do a whole sand processing thing. I feel like I can probably check off the sand automation thing. I think we got that covered, but then we just need to route the sand, probably with an ender chest, to a new area over here, which is gonna feed into this whole chapter. But for now, I'm stoked that this went so smoothly. Like, man, okay. This just, once we wait for it to fill up, you can let me know if you think I'm gonna need to add more igneous extruders. I don't know how much of this stuff we're gonna generate, but it does seem like 4 stacks periodically is pretty decent. So anyway, that's a good place to wind us down for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like the video for laser beams, subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more, and yeah, pretty awesome. I do just want to take a moment to appreciate what's happening here. We got the laser that zaps the cart a few more times than it actually needs to. Then it feeds all of the basil over into the drawer, loops the magnet back around into there, feeds it back into the cart where it then waits around, accepts more of the basalt to repeat the process. We got the basil flowing into the drawer, which then flows right into the pulverizer, outputs into the press, and good to go. Nice, simple, pretty, because pretty pipes. Our first real big use there on the pretty pipes, and I think we're gonna have to use them a lot more. Anyway, see you next time.